Okay, I'm here. I'm coming to do the video again for you tonight. I've been a couple days. I haven't been on here for you. So I want to get another video out to you because my mind is constantly on you. I'm always thinking how I'm going to give you that place of freedom, and that freedom has to be in your mind, because that's what traps us, is the mind. I want to talk about the mind tonight, because the mind is, they say mind is a terrible thing to waste, okay? They say it's an idle mind. It's like a devil's playground, okay? So what is an idle mind? Do you even know? What would be an idle mind that would make it the devil's playground, right? Well, to me, an idle mind is not being utilized or being used in a great way, in a way that is giving you the control over your decisions, your choices, the things you want to do with your life, thinking about it, contemplating on it, lifting up your conscious thoughts to something that is much higher than where you've been or where you at, okay? That's a mind that's not idle to me. Idle mind is a mind that's just it's just in a neutral, not thinking in a better way or greater way, not allowing yourself to, to go either way, just neutral, okay? So if it's just idle with no, great thoughts coming through, I'm sure other things can get in, okay? And we do have that takes place on our life here. We have all kinds of other energies, that is not like you, beings, entities, whatever, that can come through and bombard your mind with thoughts that you wouldn't even know that is happening, and words coming from, because you're not aware. Think about this. If you was how another being such as myself, how people can know that you're asleep. Why we would say, "Oh, you're asleep. You need to wake up." You know what that means? And why would we, as a one that is awakened, a person such as me, a being such as myself, is awake to see things outside of the norm, okay? So I can see outside of the norm because I have an awakened to what the illusion and the manipulation and the deceptions that has been sown upon this planet, upon this world, upon your life. So I awaken to that, and I begin to see outside of the norm and recognize there was something more behind the curtain than it seemed to be, okay? So I began to see that, right? And so if I come to you and I, said something that would sound strange to you, and it would, because it's out of the norm. And out of the norm would be something that is strange, that you're not used to hearing, okay, or seeing, okay? So that's the way it would be. So how would I even know to say to you, well, you're asleep, and you don't know you're asleep, but I know you are, because I'm awake and I see outside of the norm, and you are asleep because you see only in the norm, okay? That's how we, as a being such as myself or whoever, that can see the ones that is asleep and the ones that is awake, okay? Awake means that you are seeing outside of the norm, and you're recognizing there is more things behind the curtain that is shown to you, okay? And so that's how you would know that you are not awake to reality, as to your true reality, and as to a reality that you totally yourself was creating, no one else. Because the one you live in is already been created by other beings, okay, or entities. And they constantly keep you in that place of lockdown in the mind and in the delusion, so that you will never awaken, They don't want you awake. So they'll constantly play these tricks on your mind and tricks in the reality that you believe in, which is the one world that you live in that looks to be real and is not. Okay, so I'm going to talk about it, but I got some videos I want to show you. And that's what I want to work on tonight, is giving you information about the mind and how it works, okay? I did give you some on another video that one of my guides had put out about the conscious and the minds and how they work, subconscious, conscious, and unconscious, and how the brain the brain receive and the mind perceive, okay? So it's all how the mind perceive is what's going on. So the mind has to perceive things in the way that the brain can receive and send it to the mind, but the mind has to be awakened enough in order for the brain to send it something that is in a more higher awakened state of mind, okay? And consciousness, okay? So the conscious has to rise up into a higher level, has to be risen to something that is not in the norm, that you have not seen or heard before, okay? And if you have heard it, it's going to come up to you in a whole different way, okay? A whole nother mind perceiving, all right? So I had somebody come into my place here for a few minutes to drop something off. I'm going to probably stop the video and then restart on another video. So if you see two videos with the same title, pick them both up, okay? Because they go together. And I don't know how to pause this. I'm on my tablet and I haven't found a pause to pause it with, so I have to stop it and then restart, okay? Whole new video until I can, if I ever find one, I don't know. It must be somewhere hidden that I'm not aware of, but to pause a video. And I'm on my camera, so usually if I'm on YouTube, if I'm recording straight to YouTube, I can pause it. But I haven't used YouTube in a while because it was giving me trouble with the sound, so I stopped using it. Okay. Now, as far as sound, I have my only fan who have suggested that I find a way for him to hear my voice much clearer and louder, and I haven't been using my headphones because I left them behind. They had just been damaged and broke, but I just left them. So I got a new pair on the way to my only fan. I'm doing this just for you, okay? Specifically for you, but all is involved. So I will have a new pair of headphones after I get on my next video. I'll probably have them on then, where I don't have to loudly talk so you can hear me. I will be able to talk soft again, okay? So thanks for all your likes that you've been giving me and your comments. I appreciate it. I appreciate more subscribers. Keep coming. I appreciate all your views and everything. I like to hear back from you and what you think and all that stuff, If you have questions about anything that I talk about, please put it in the comments so I can answer it for you or elaborate on it, whatever I can do to bring it to your great understanding, okay? All right, so I don't want to talk too long right now because like I said, I want to talk more about the mind, but I want to do it in a video and maybe elaborate on some things that's in the video, a couple of videos maybe, and then I want to just go from there with some readings, all right? See, I'm going to play some music. I want to introduce myself, for those who don't know me and hasn't ever came to my channel. This is my platform that I'm building as Trinity Ship went out. I named it Show and Tell at Empire, Menus Empire, that's what I named. But I used to name it was called Trinity Ship. Then I switched it over to Show and Tell at Menus Empire because it's like a legend, like sort of that. I won't change the name anymore after this. This is what it's at, okay? And I am Queen Isis from the other worlds, from up and from down, both, okay? I did not incarnate. My body did, but not me. I'm sort of a walk-in, if you would call it a walk-in, which you have to look up what that means to be a walk-in, okay? Everyone can't do that. Only Pacific souls have that contract to be able to walk in and walk out, okay? You souls can do that though, even though if you didn't know that, they can, okay? And so I'm talking about something right in here that you, I think this is my person's coming, that you not aware of, right? You never heard of these things, but I know you haven't because most people haven't, right? And I didn't either until I became aware. So awareness is what we want, and this is what I'm working on to get you to, and to the awareness, because that's so important. I want you to excuse me for my video again, because I am just not able to get good vision for some reason. I do work at it. But pretty soon I'm going to be moving and things are going to get much better. So just hang in there with me, okay? So anyway, as I was saying, I'm Queen Isis, and I am building this platform specifically for you, to bring you the information that you need in order to become aware and consciousness awakened, to know what is and what isn't, okay? These are the main courses that where we all need to be in, okay, is knowing and really knowing, okay? Because now is the time that we must take time to put time into ourselves only, mostly and majority into yourself, versus putting it out this way, bringing it in this way, and begin to become into an awareness of knowledge, knowing, information, all that, which is needed in order for you to make a transition from a physical world of existing and knowing and believing in, to a spiritual world that is more higher, conscious, living, thinking, being, existing, okay? Because you are not a human as you would think you are really truly a God. So you are leaving, coming from this way as a human, going back to your God self. You have been a God in another life, and other life, you still is that same God, but it comes down to this one here, the last part of you, and now you transform and go back to the God self as you merge back into it, okay? But you must raise your vibration, you must raise your frequency, and how you raise that is through your consciousness being raised up to a higher level of thinking, seeing, believing, knowing, okay? That's how you raise your vibrations, all right? And then you do other things to keep it up there, okay? By cleansing your energy, always keeping your mind elevated, and yet keeping it centered into your heart. All your thoughts should come into your heart, and your heart must be open to receive. And if it's not, we must get it open, right? Remember we talked about chakras and how you have to open up those chakras. You have 7 chakras. They call wheels, they call chakras, they call something else, is another name. And they're in your body, locked in your physical, where you come in and you lock it. Well, I think they're in your they're in your other body, I think it's in the etheric body. But you have to lock them into this one when you come in here to use this body as a experiment. And then those chakras has to be balanced in you. If they're not, you'll be off balance. Your whole life is off balance. So if you're off balance, it's because your chakras is not balanced. Meaning they must have started to balance from its baby all the way to where you're at now. Okay? The root chakra is in the root, which is in your, between your behind and your other part here. There's a little place there, it's a chakra there, and it's called root chakra. You have another chakra here called sacral chakra. Both of these chakras, your creation of your created chakras, you create with them, and you are been creating, and you have been creating, even with you not even knowing you creating, and you're not creating what you want most of the time because you're not aware, okay? And then you got to come up to your solar plexus chakra and up to your heart. You got to get past these here to get up here, and these here needs to be unblocked if they are. You got to do what it needs to be done to unblock them, right? And there is plenty of charts on YouTube and all over the place that you can put in as chakra charts and know what it is to cleanse and balance your chakras. so that you become balanced. Because if you got this up here running around crazy because you've been done some what they call it, psychedelics, drugs and things, you know, which most people do, and they get this open, your third eye open, your crown open, your pineal gland open, all these things is open, and that information is coming through, shooting through, and you're seeing and you receive it. Come on in, honey. Okay, let me stop the video. Okay, I'll stop here and then I'll come back. All right. Okay.